terrorism, organised crime, and increasingly cybercrime. Interpol's role is to connect police forces across international borders to fight these threats. From its headquarters in the French city Lyon, Interpol fosters collaboration between law enforcement in 195 countries. While the people inside this building coordinate Interpol's activities in the real world, the International Law Enforcement Agency is about to expand into a new jurisdiction, the metaverse. The metaverse remains a conceptual notion, the next evolution of the internet, where users experience their online lives represented by 3D avatars. While the idea of the metaverse isn't quite ready for prime time yet, Interpol is already experimenting with the tech, first to provide remote online training, as well as researching threats the metaverse could pose. It even has plans to use it as an investigatory tool. What can we consider a crime in the metaverse?
So in terms of criminality, I would say we can broadly define it in two categories. Some which are existing threats in different medium, and some are threats which may be totally new to metaverse. For example, things like financial frauds, data theft, those kind of things are already happening. Then there are other crimes where we don't know whether it can still be called as a crime or not. For example, there have been reported cases of some harassment, sexual harassment. Now, if you look at the definitions of these crimes in physical space and you try to apply it in the metaverse, there's a difficulty. So those issues are yet to be resolved.
Interpol's metaverse experience has been designed to perform a wide variety of functions, including training or virtual meetings. I'm something of a VR veteran, so it's only right that I get to try it out. So pop the headset on. Outside Interpol's headquarters in Lyon, it's an accurate representation of the building that I was outside earlier. If we take a step indoors, this bespoke VR experience is only accessible via secure servers. One of this project's biggest jobs is to create awareness. If police forces and police officers get an opportunity to try these experiences out, it helps them get a sense of what the metaverse could be, and in turn helps them get a sense of the sorts of crimes that can occur or be committed in an environment like this one. Jürgen Stock is Interpol's Secretary General. He thinks law enforcement and governments will need a proactive approach to regulating any coming metaverse.
Criminals are exploiting any new technology that helps them in making simply money very quickly. Naturally, sometimes lawmaker, police, our societies are running a little bit behind. We see that currently in the deal with social media, for instance. It is important, of course, whatever new technology is being developed, that we consider security by design. I think this would be a game changer. Consider ethical elements, but also consider regulatory elements and consider how criminals can use it.
The kinds of crime and harassment this tool has been designed to highlight for law enforcement are already occurring in forerunners to a proper metaverse experience. A worrying number of cases of harassment and abuse in social virtual reality spaces have come under the spotlight in recent months. Nina Patel is the founder of a metaverse company. She's experienced sexual harassment in VR firsthand.
Right now, today is the opportunity to lay the foundations for laws that apply to both the physical and the virtual world, and that what is illegal and unacceptable in our physical world should be reflected equally in the metaverse. My particular experience was around sexual harassment in a newly launched social virtual space in which 3 male avatars surrounded me and continued to sexually harass me, verbally harass me. And when we think about children entering these spaces and people who are vulnerable in our communities entering into these social virtual spaces for the first time, and this is an example of how we're supposed to behave in the metaverse. I shared my experience to highlight how much action needs to be taken to prevent this dysphoric future that we kind of are all afraid of.
Regulation, privacy, safety, all big metaverse challenges. Interpol's experiments could herald the start of a new type of online law enforcement.